Good morning, and welcome back to a nice segment of Sunday Funday with Bulldog. So, what kind of evil plans do we have on this Sunday Funday? No evil plans. So, how is everybody doing out there in internet land? Mm-mm. Okay, so if you guys have caught it, the banner here to click on to join the channel. You guys got to give a good shout out to Serena D there for her participation in making that banner for me. It's what we're going to be putting up for Bulldog's breakfast Monday through Friday. Hey Eugenie C, how you doing, hon? And let's see. And Jordan, good morning. All right. So what are you guys doing on this fine day? Let's see. And it's my buddy Hockler the Clown. So how is my buddy Hockler the Clown doing? Eugenie C, I'm glad you're doing good. That is awesome. Nothing much, just hanging out with your favorite buddy Bulldog. All right. Some interesting things have popped off this week that was good and bad, but more or less, we're all still alive. Hope all is well, my friend. I'm doing great. Just got new furniture in my living room. All right. Out with the old, in with the new. Anybody interested in wanting to go up on the panel with me? Here. Send the link out as usual. Let's come it. Yeah, Serena really outdid herself doing that little banner for me. It looks pretty awesome. But yeah. Our contest we did the other day went off without a hitch. It was pretty good. Oh, you like it when I do that, don't you? It sounds great. It's great, donkey. Eugenie, come up on panel with me. Let's kick it. Honk with the clown. Serena did a great job. Yes, she did. It's 2 p.m. there, huh? That's cool. Eugenie's laughing her butt off. I don't put myself on camera. Come on, Eugenie. You know you want to. Oh, well, that's cool. So we get to meet the family. Awesome. No, no, if you don't want to, hon, you don't have to. It's all good. Leave all bulldog alone. Mhm. There we go. Yeah, I'm coming to learn here that there are some not so nice of groups around the YouTube community kind of thing that you may want to try and avoid. And I kind of experienced that for the last week and a half. And man, you know, when you come across something like that, you should never address them, give them kind of credit or anything like that. If you notice it's really bad, just dump on it. Don't go back to it. In other words, leave it the fuck alone. Because if you sprinkle a little yeast on it, it will grow. In this case, you want to spray weed be gone and let it be gone. In other words, I stumbled across a community I've been told it was a bad community and to not affiliate with it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not affiliating with it. Not a good idea. I did a little bit of research into it, come to find that there may be some truth to the matter. And instead of giving it any kind of flame or any kind of juice or anything like that, I'm just going to take my own advice that I've done over the years. If you don't like something, you don't get angry or pissed or anything like that. You just leave it alone. And so I'm just going to leave it alone. Too much animosity with it, it's not worth it. Not worth the energy. I like the communities that I've joined. I like the communities that I talk to. The ones that are good, I'm keeping around. That's the thing. See, here's the thing about that, Eugenie. See, when you come across a bad seed, it's like I said, you don't, if you feed yeast into it, it'll grow. In other words, if I mention who it is, I give them some form of power over my shit. It'll make it to where they'll come in and do some really nasty shit. From what I've gathered from this group, it's a group you don't fuck with. You don't mess with. Back in my day, when I ran my own dedicated servers, you come across a troll and you start paying attention to that troll under the pretense that, okay, you got a bad thing. And you address it, you address that person or entity or whatever. And next thing you know, you're being fucked with hardcore. The more you feed into it, the more you give them recognition, the more they come back and fuck with you even more hardcore. So as I come to learn over the years that when you come across stuff like that, you see it, you recognize it, you avoid it. You give it no. You don't water that fucking seed. You want that seed, you know, whatever seed that you plant out there in the internet world, you want it to prosper, you want it to grow, and you want it to fester into something good. But when you see a sour seed, you don't feed that seed. You toss that seed away. You put it in a grinder. You don't want it to grow in your garden because that seed is a weed and it'll kill your garden. So I'm not gonna feed this seed. I'd much rather not do that. I'd much rather grind it up in a grinder and throw it away. Burn it if I can. Just I can just not even have anything to do with it. Not talk bad about it. Not give them props for shit. It's not worth it. When I tried to research this group, all I was coming up with is nothing but pure negativity. And I don't need that negativity here. Bowen, what's up, my buddy? There's only two communities that I'd sat there and joined that I actually ended up liking. And I enjoy and picked up a new one too along the way. And I'm meeting awesome people on here. Each and every one of you are awesome to me. I'm grateful you guys come in and see me every day. It really means a lot to me. Let's see here. Uh, so it's your birthday, huh? Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bowen. Happy birthday to you. So we're all in our places with our bright, shiny faces. So happy birthday to you. And many more on Channel 4. Here's your pinch to grow an inch and a sock for around the block. Well, I hope you have a great birthday today, brother. So how does that make you feel, my friend, knowing that you got a lot of other people, not only within your own family that care about your birthday, but your internet buddies that also care about your birthday? 36. Wow. Well, every birthday's special, really. Oh, what did Honkler say? Let's see. What did Honkler say? I must have missed it. It's my girl Serena. How you doing, baby? Hey, I enjoy that banner you made. As you can tell, I put it up there. Anyway, here. Of course, I gotta put the link up. Bink. There. Wait, you remember? I'm doing great, hon. I'm doing really good. Here we go. Keep an eye on the backstage here for anybody that wants to come up. Yeah. On play the cloud. Huh? Where the Man, I didn't do that right. Ooh, that came out wrong. Honk, honk. Chinchilla in the house. How's that chinchilla doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. My goodness. All is well. All is well. We're all enjoying our nice sunny day. Mm-hmm. Mm. Chinchilla, pretty cool. You know, it'd also be a good name. Chill chillin'. Chill chillin'. Just a chillin'. But I like chinchilla. Chinchilla's a good name. How did you come about that name anyway? It was raining this morning. That's good. Now that's not there. Typos. Oh, uh-oh. I'm trying to chip out. What's he trying to do? I think what it's doing is telling me you're at 100%. Stop charging. Okay, fine. We'll stop charging. Ah, 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 chillin'. You reversed his name. Chillin'. That's a pretty interesting. Oh, I got 14 people in here. That is awesome. Uh-oh, Honkler says, I got a question and mean no disrespect. Do you have another account that starts with a B? Seen the same icon on another stream. Oh, da 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 da. Come on, Honkler. Are you identifying as a secondary clown somewhere? Ha ha. I do not have another account. Chinchilla. I like that. I enjoy the other stream and that account. Oh, trying to pay it a compliment, I guess. Haha, no, I don't have any other accounts. Yeah, me either. I don't know how people can do that. Well, I can understand, I guess, why a person would have a secondary account because I guess some things pop off with YouTube and you want to make your comments and your deals matter. So I guess they were showing where that if you create a secondary account, because some people block or what have you not due to some comments you make, you can always go back to find out if your account had been blocked from a particular channel or community. So I can understand why a secondary account's kind of needed. But other than that, I can't see building 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts. That's ridiculous. That just means that you're kind of in a malice way, in a way. Me, personally, I only have the one account. I don't care to do stuff like that. If someone don't like me in their community, then fine. I'll be gone. A lot of people use the same icon, I noticed, but most don't have the rainbow hair. Oh. Yeah, well, some people they try to cloak other accounts and stuff and go in and start shit, and that's not cool. If I get blocked from someone, I stay blocked. This one account has done me good for 14 years now. Oh, that's good. Yeah, in other words, you take it the same way I do. If you're not welcomed in a community, why be there? But sometimes, I mean, sometimes, to me, I don't think of it as a horrible thing when you find out that your account had been blocked because mistakes can happen, as I had come to find out. I mean, hell, I don't think I haven't made a mistake. Believe me, I have. I've accidentally blocked someone that didn't need to be blocked. Sometimes you get a rude comment in there and you go to block the individual, and somehow a mod has already done it. And so when you go to block them, you end up blocking somebody innocent sometimes. It's kind of a little bit of a flaw in the system. So having a secondary account is kind of a good idea because then you can go back and talk to the people and say, hey, look, a mistake's been made and don't know how this happened. And 9 times out of 10, if it's a good community, they'll look into it and they'll unblock the account that got blocked. So, I mean, mistakes can happen. It was pretty cool, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I had to go back and unblock her because me and another mod, we sat there and went to go block the same person at the same time, and she ended up in the crossfire. I remember that. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm learning everything. I'm learning quite a bit about this whole ordeal. But I'm coming to find out that just running to the extreme of blocking people, sometimes it could end up being bad, a bad idea, when in fact they should be put into a timeout. So as the channel grows and stuff like that, we'll probably look into stuff like that. The more we end up learning more about this whole ordeal to determine what would be considered as something that could be just timed out versus being blocked. Because as I'm finding out through YouTube, they say that it's a bad thing when you're just blocking everything. To me, I don't know. All I know is I don't want people that are full of strife coming in and just bringing pure negativity. I mean, God, I'm enough negative for everybody in a way. Me, I need positivity in my life. That's better than what I've got going on. So that's another good reason why I started this channel and doing this, to bring positive things in my life. Oh yes, I've got mods. I got mod. Oh yeah. I mean, Chinchilla, you're set up as a mod. Got Wanda and Chrissy and Chief, Haley, um, Aftermath. Plus, I'm sure I added a new one here recently. I'm sure he'll be on here in a little bit. Chinchilla? Oh, I do believe I do have Chinchilla as a mod. There's I Am Wrath. See? I Am Wrath's always here. Sometimes he just sits there and will lurk and alert. And when something pops off, boom. To the curb they go. See, he's like one of them wolf spiders, or not wolf spiders, but one of them tree spiders that hangs up in a tree and they wait for its prey to walk by. And then the moment it's right underneath him, he just boom, jumps down and boom, swipes him up, man. Okay, I may have to look back to find out. Because I'm pretty sure I did make Chinchilla a mod, but I'm not 100%. I'm not 100%. See, one of the reasons why I started doing that off the bat is so that way people can't cloak other people's accounts. But I had come to find out because I guess it's trial by error. Because I mean, I thought it was a great idea what Haley and Chief were doing, where that people were going around doing that kind of thing. So they put a wrench on them to kind of keep better track of them. But then it ended up blowing up on them. They were getting bad mods that were doing stupid shit. So then they had to take the good with the bad and take the wrench from a lot of people. They thought that we're doing some bad shit to their channel. So, so in a way, I kind of learned from that as well. So, I mean, God bless them. I think what they're doing was a great thing, but some people kind of misused what they were given. So it can ruin it for a lot of good people that probably meant well. So, I mean, hell, I'm not even modded over there anymore, and it's okay. You know, I mean, given the circumstances, it's completely understandable as to why they took the wrench from a lot of people. They just want to make sure people aren't over there causing mischief. So, but I guess some of the people got butthurt. And to me, it's not something people should get butthurt about because it's not their channel. It's their, you know, it's their channel. It's their shit to deal with. If they don't want you as a mod, they shouldn't have to have you as a mod. You know, it's just simple. But let me tell you, if it strikes that much of a nerve with an individual, then maybe you found your mole. That's the way I look at it. Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, let's see here. I will stick Mr. Link up here again. There we go. Now, mind you, if you do end up deciding to come up on cam, A, you have to be 18 years or older, and B, you have to show your face. And C, no fidget spinners. This is a fidget spinner free zone. Ashley, hey, hon, how you doing? Last week or oh, that's good. Well, I guess you must not be busy because you're over here saying hi to all of us. Uh-oh, here comes the Grim Reaper with the story of the day. So, sir, what is the story of the day? No story. You don't want to hear it. Okay.
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday. It's the day that he really prospers. He collects his souls.
No, I don't collect souls on.
On Sundays, you take a break from Sundays?
Yeah.
Oh, you give that day to God, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to build up their prayers. Only people who have access to bulldogs can't have control. I'm I'm not one of them. What? I am Wrath. You're my left hand man. I tell you. Or no, I was just saying. No, you're my right hand man. Oh hell yeah. Say what now? Bad link bulldog says stream ended. Oh, weird. Okay. Invite guests. Copy. Okay. And then we go. Uh, uh. Okay. Let me see. Why do I have to go so far up? Oh, here we go. Okay. Show thy face, please. You can always put your thing back up again, but Come on, come chinchilla. If you can, show your face, brother. Because without it, I can't let you up. I mean, you could always put your picture back, but no facey, no go uppy. So why don't you want to show your face, chinchilla? Let's see here. Okay, go into private chat. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't risk that, brother. I mean, like I said, you can always have your thing up. That's not a problem. But my biggest problem is whenever I let someone up that hasn't, then they're doing farts, they're doing racial shit, and I just can't risk it. Or in that case, that's why we always make the crack about the fidget spinner. I just can't risk it. Like I said, you can always put your thing back up here. That's not a problem. But I have to A, make sure that you're over the age of 18, and B, you're not, you know, I mean, God, even given the circumstances, I had a girl that came up here and was doing some oddball shit. Okay. Okay. So you freeze the video. Okay. Oh, but I hope you can understand. I'm not trying to be an ass or anything like that. I just can't take the risk. Hey, Pie Guy. Good morning, brother. Oh, Abby's in here? Did I miss it? I must have missed it. Oh, Abby. Okay. That's right. I did see Abby. So good morning to Abby as well. Yeah, Chinchilla, don't take it to heart, okay, brother? I gotta protect what I can. It's a pain in the ass when bad shit happens and then I end up having to delete a stream because of it. It's just, I've had to do that too often. Yeah. I do get some characters sometimes, and it's okay. But I don't know. There's some things I guess YouTube don't like, and they'll just shut you down and or give you a strike, and I just don't want to risk it. Yeah, I've had to learn. I've had to take some lumps. I'll tell you what. That one day I did that, and Chief about wrung my poor neck. He come in, bulldog, are you dumb? I mean, God bless him. I mean, he was looking after my best interest and kind of taking it to heart. I know he's right about it. So I'm learning my lumps, man. And I mean, like I said, he's right. Yeah, he is. He's an awesome guy. I am kind of concerned about one of the groups they're wanting to hang out with, but you know, I know Chief and Haley are smart and they'll do the right thing. So yeah, that's right. He was only trying to protect me. That's right. Mm. Not really. That don't have a whole hell of a lot I can end up doing. It's a part of living the polo life, man. Hey, anybody else want to move out to California? You'll starve to death. Hey, Wanda, what's up, girl? Shit, and let's put it this way, guys. If I was set up a little more better to where I could financially do shit, I think the first thing I would want to do is move the hell out of this godforsaken state. Yeah, you haven't been feeling too good or something, huh, Abby? Not much, just kicking it on Sunday. I don't have to go back to work till later tonight, so I'm good. Headed home. Louisiana, Alabama. Oh, that's cool. You went to a beach and you weren't harassed, I take it, huh? That'd have been good. Nowadays, you go to a beach and you get harassed. I don't know, somewhere where there's no Democrats. I gotta tell you guys, you never think that a particular party can become extremely violent. Uh, well, Democrats are very violent. Oh my God. Sorry to hear about that, James. Everything turning out okay, though? Because, you know, a lot of people do end up catching COVID-19. It's not going to die. It's just something that's really nasty for you to get a hold of. So if you ended up getting it, my prayers go out to you, brother. And only wish you the best. Sounds like you're pulling through it, though, huh? You're on the West Coast. Yeah, it's a good place to visit, but it's not a good place to live. It's very expensive out here, and you'll never get above what you have. The first few days are hell. You feel like it's, yeah. You know, I have a funny feeling that I had caught that damn COVID-19 last year, you know, the beginning of this year, because the symptoms of it just fit the criteria as to what was going on with me. I mean, hell, my whole family here had gotten sick just beginning of this year. I shouldn't say the beginning of this year. It was around October, November, something like that. And I felt real ill. I mean, to a point, I lost my appetite, everything. But I don't know, you know, I mean, and not only that, but every muscle in my body ached. But I pulled through it. I pulled through it just fine. I got hit with it. I got real sick. Then I got better. And I went back to work and everything was good. And then a few days after returning back to work, I had to take off again because I was sick again. And that's when my bones were aching and shit like that the second time around. But yeah, I got over it. I was just fine. But was it the COVID-19? I don't know. Because by then, the shit wasn't even out. It hadn't so-called hit. So by the time it hit, I had already been sick and got over it and was done with it. But I have a funny feeling it could have been it, but I don't know. I never got tested for it. If you got health problems and catch it, it's a nightmare. Yeah. That's what they've been, yeah. And you know what's funny? They say that about COVID-19, but anytime you get a flu or a cold and you have health issues, it's always representing a problem. So it's nothing new to be saying that you will have more problems with getting over flu, you know, because you do. You know, it's worse when they say if you've got diabetes and stuff like that, and you got asthma and all that, you got some kind of breathing problems. Well, that's the same as when you catch any kind of flu, really. Your health is more at risk when you have other forms of complications. It's not just held to COVID-19. I think to tell you the truth, I think the government wants to do this shit because let's face it, it's not that people's compassion has gone away. I'm sure a lot of people still have good compassion, but you got these corporations that are not paying you well for the work that you do. So therefore you're struggling to pay your bills, and therefore it puts it solely on the individual, that makes it to where they have no choice. They have to keep working even when they're sick, because the benefits of today were never the benefits of yesterday. Benefits back in the day were fucking astronomically good versus today, where that nowadays corporations aren't really looking out for you. You got to pay out the wazoo for insurance and for benefits to keep good benefits going. And it's to a point you can't afford it. You can't afford it, so you don't have it. That's right. It's like the flu, but on steroids. Yeah, I agree. And you got to be careful about catching it. And I think the government, this step that they're taking, I don't think it's a horrible state of what they're doing. I think they're trying to make it to where that if you end up being sick, it's more to yourself instead of spreading it to others. Is it a good thing? I want to say it's a good thing for the people that have bad health conditions in the first place, but for those who have a good immune system, I don't think it's bad. To hide it from everybody is a bad thing, because your immune system, the reason why it's as strong as it is because of the fact that it gets introduced into new things. And so your system builds an immunity to it, and it you know if you're out there catching what everybody's catching, you'll be with the system. If you're hiding from it and you're protecting yourself from getting anything, then when something major comes along and you get struck with it, it's going to be detrimental to you. It'll kill you. It can kill you. The probability of you dying from it is higher than someone who has an immunity to a lot of things. Oh, you bouncing, Chinchilla? Do you want to come up on panel, Chinchilla? If you want, I'll let you up on panel. You never said or did anything rude or anything like that, so I can't imagine you not being truthful. Uh, uh, um, I'll put the link out there for you. Well, I put the link up here for you, Chinchilla, in case if you're still in here, so. But if not, I guess we'll see you on the next one. I'm pretty sure I thought I'd put Chinchilla down as one of the um, one of the regulators, but I could be wrong. I guess he must have taken off, so it's all good. Well, if anybody else wants to come up on panel, just click on the link and come on up. Hurrah! Oops. There we go. Wanda, what about you? You want to come up and say hi? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. That's what I thought. Well, Chinchilla, he doesn't come over here very often, and maybe he got caught up in the mix. Because I know I had removed a lot of mods, but I didn't think he was one of them. All I know is that even through all the things that Chief and Haley were going through, they were still having issues with people shit getting blocked and all that. So I only had to assume that they didn't fix out what was wrong. So, and we started developing the same issues. So I ended up backing some of them off that I thought that maybe could have been associated to it. And I have a funny feeling that I probably already have eradicated the situation because we haven't had a problem in here in a while. And people being mysteriously unblocked. And I wrote down the mods that I was testing with it, as far as when I was doing the removals. So if this problem's persisted, I would look back to revamping a little bit again. But I think I've probably eradicated the problem. So with that being said, if I don't have any issues within the next week or two, I'm going to bring it to Chief and Haley and give them my idea as to who it may have been that was within their ranks that was doing this shit. And mind you, it would just be food for thought because I've only like removed a couple at a time and then sat back and watched as the shit was still persisting. And then I removed a couple more, so on and so forth. Now, the last group that I took out, I haven't had any of those issues. So hopefully maybe within that small group that I'd removed, the Chief and Haley can come to a conclusion as to who's been doing it over in their channel. Because the mods that I modded from here were all from Chief and Haley's. for the exception of maybe a couple that I've added on as mods that were of my own picking. Chrissy's Chinchilla. He's a good guy. I think so too. But like I said, I'll look back on the thing and see if he is one of the ones that I'd removed and when. But yeah, I kind of experimented with it for a little bit, and I think I may have gotten the mole that was doing it. So I have a funny feeling that I am Wrath may be on the same page with me on this one, because I already had my suspicions of who the mole may have been. And we won't mention his name because when I removed him, I removed a couple of others at the time too. Um, and so it's within them three that I had removed. And if, like I said, I don't have any issues, then I'm going to report that with Chief and Haley and let them know that one of those three are considered their mole. And if they've already dealt with removing a couple of them, it's just going to wire it down. Yeah, you moved the mole from the hole. I was like that guy on Caddyshack, man, running around with them fake little uh, uh, mole like plastic explosives. I got you, you ragged. It's a crying shame that something like that has to happen. Because what I think what Haley and Chief were doing was a good thing as far as wrenching people up. But there is side effects to it. I mean, when you choose an admin, you should be able to choose their strengths as to what they can do. And that's one thing that StreamYards doesn't do. I mean, hell, when I regulated my rooms back in the day, the admin mods that I had that I could associate admins in the room gave that restriction to where you can restrict certain powers from people. That made it beneficial to me to be able to get people to purchase subscriptions, to be able to um, make it to where that they can do fun shit without doing any harm to others. And it was awesome. Well, if anybody else wants to go up on panel, you're more than welcome to. Here. Um, hey, Avery, what's up, brother? Well, anyways, guys, anyone want to come up on panel? Click on that link. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. Well, that's good. A day off's always a good thing. Man, I must have been hella tired yesterday, guys. I fell asleep around noon, and by the time I ass woke up, it had to have been 11 o'clock at night. Went out, everybody was crashed out. Went out, smoked a cigarette, went back in, and went back to bed, and woke up at around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock this morning. Boy, I guess I really needed my beauty sleep. Mm. Nope, I'm not at work. Not till later on tonight. You feel up to going on panel with me, Eugenie? What do you say, huh? All these other guys, they're chicken. Fuck, 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 fuck. The one guy that wasn't chicken, he didn't want to show his face. But that's all good. We check backstage here, see if anybody. Nope, nobody there. I have the picture on. Yeah, doggone Serena. Serena made that for me. I love it too. I think it's great. She did a great job on it. I don't know if you all can view the whole sign of it, but it says breakfast with bulldog. Oh, that's cool. Let's see backstage. No, nobody. I look a mess. Am I looking? You look a mess? Oh, come on, girl. I don't think you look a mess. Watch, she'll come on up. She'll have one of the face masks on with the doggone with the cucumber in the eyes. Be like curlers in her hair. Well, shit, you can't be any more messier than me. Look at me. I got uh, uh, the Kramer look going on over here. I gotta buzz my head again, guys. It's about due. Did you ever get a new light box? No. As a matter of fact, that reminds me, I got a thing in the mail. I gotta probably fill out some paperwork on it. I thought they were gonna call me, but it looks like they sent me something in the mail. So I do gotta pay attention to that. Yeah, another segment of haircut with bulldog. And now you can buzz your own head. You don't need a barber. I do it. I don't need a barber at all. I seldomly ever go into a barber shop. Now that the coronavirus thing is busted out, and even though they've let barbers open and shit like that, and people still, that's the thing that really puzzles the shit out of me. You know, they go into a barber shop and everybody's developing coronavirus all of a sudden. I mean, granted, they shut down bars again. To me, I wish they would just make bars go away. Bars are no good. You know, I'm not saying that they should restrict, make it to where people can't drink at all. I just think that if a person wants to drink, they should do it within the confines of their own home and not in a place where they can get behind the wheel of a car and drive and kill someone. I'm not saying that every person that drinks is irresponsible. I'm just saying that there's enough irresponsible people out there that do it. It just causes too much shit. People get into fights, people get killed. You know, there's so much shit related around alcohol that it's just better if they're confining it to their own home. That being said, from someone that used to be a member of the Eagles Club, then again, given the circumstances, being in a club like that was a kind of a good thing because we had designated drivers that you could go and drink like that and they would drive you home. So unless bars can come up with something like that, I think that could be beneficial to bars to do. And if you get someone that's combative that doesn't want to do shit like that, kick them out and don't let them back in. You don't need a bar when you can. Yeah, true. How is that riddle contest? Yep, someone did win. Yeah, someone did win and they were paid out and they were happy as could be. I'm waiting for them to come on today. Hey, good morning. Hi, baby. Oh, you want biscuit? Yeah, be safe. See? Here, sit. 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 Good girl. Oh, that's it. Oh, no, they don't work like that. You got to put the ball in the hand. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Good. Okay. Sit. Say. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Oh, got a visit from a puppy. Yep, Thomas. Yep, that's the one that won. Hopefully, he'll come up on cam and we can interview him and talk to him and see what he bought off of eBay. I was surprised he got it as quick as he did. I mean, hell, that wasn't a typical riddle that is easy for others to really get. But like he said, he was a church-going person. He said he paid good attention, so and it showed because he got it right away. What do you mean? Like, well, see, that's the thing. I don't know. To me, I would think that, putting it up there to where that the first person that replies to it is the correct one. I think I did that right. Yeah, I mean, that's just like going into the lottery and putting up $10 million well, actually, they kind of do that with the lottery, don't they? They sit there and divide, if a number of people within the week or something, they get the right numbers, then they kind of share the pot with the people that came up with the winning numbers. That to me would be really hard to do. Well, I was saying for the last, week or so, that I was going to do it on this Saturday, and I did do it this Saturday. And then I was going to have it go throughout the week in case if people didn't get it, and end it on Saturday at 10 a.m. Was it? I didn't think people were going to get it right away. I mean, I'm a pretty religious person too, and I got to tell you, when it was told to me a while back, I didn't get it. And that's why I thought maybe it would have been a really hard riddle for others to get. Because I'm usually pretty smart when it comes to solving that kind of thing. What was it? What does God never see? Priests seldom see, and people see all the time. It didn't take them long at all. That was really the surprising part. It didn't take them long at all. It took them about like you said, 5 minutes. Okay, I'll be right back real quick, guys. Yeah, or strawberries, or cherries. Cherries preferably, but sorry about that. My poor bladder was just saying, "Go to the bathroom, bulldog." Get there. Oh, the answer was an equal. Yep, an equal. Because God will never see an equal to himself. He is the Almighty. A priest, you have to graduate and become a priest. And there's not a common thing with that, but a priest seldom sees an equal to himself. And people see all the time because they're, people that attend the church, they see him all the time. Yeah, it is a good one, but man, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, it's okay though. You got it pretty quick. I don't know. I should have picked a different one though, because I think I had mentioned this like a month ago. I put that out there, but it's not one of them kind of things that can really stick with you. And I didn't think it would stick with anyone. And I thought that the only ones that would have been wise to it would be my administrators. So I excluded them from the contest because I figured they knew it. So, yeah. But then again, I don't know. he didn't come in on the scene here until like maybe a week or two. He became a member. Yeah, because you remember that a while back I had done that before I put up that riddle. Um, I got what did I get? $50, 50 bones, 50 dineros. I've got something else in the works though that I'm gonna do as another contest. And this one here well, I think it'll be interesting. The only thing that really puzzled me was, doing this payout through PayPal. When you go from PayPal to PayPal, it's not supposed to give you a charge. And it surprised me that they charged me to send to another PayPal account. That really kind of puzzled me. I think I should call PayPal about that. Find out what the deal was with that. Because I've had PayPal for a long time, and the only time that I've noticed that they'd ever have a fee is if you not having a PayPal account would associate a fee with you receiving it. They would charge a percentage, and that percentage was due to because they're a merchant. And so the fee that you're actually paying is a merchant's fee for the transaction. So if a person used a credit card or something like that that's associated to their account, it would charge that fee. But from my understanding, PayPal had it set up to where if you went from PayPal to PayPal, there was no middleman, no in between or anything like that. I don't know. I got to ask them questions about it. But here's another way on how you guys, the community, can help do contests like, for me to do contests like this. Here, anybody choosing, and I'm going to tell you, any kind of fees, any kind of donations that you guys do into my PayPal account stays in my PayPal. It will stay in my PayPal account, and it'll get used for stuff like this. Here. Let me see. Where is that at? That would probably be under this. No, it's not. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. Banners. Okay. So if you guys ever wanted to donate through PayPal, I will do stuff like that more often. It's just a matter of the affordability of being able to do this kind of thing. And some of these contests we can help try and set up. So if anybody ever wanted to donate to that to help with some of these projects we may do, that would be appreciated. But now, however, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's no big deal. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Now, if you donate into it, what I could end up doing, you know, um, and this is something we can do as a community, kind of decide on what to do with it, rather to be buying particular games, um, different variety of things that people would like to receive as gifts. I mean, cash gifts are good, and it's okay. But, some people prefer to receive things. Like, for instance, like a game giveaway. I know I Am Wrath brought up something that was quite interesting too, and I think I'm gonna go through and try and do stuff like that to get a hold of other corporations, because I think he's right. Some will do that. If you're part of a community kind of thing, they would want to try and promote their product by doing giveaways. So I'm going to try and see about digging into some of that. But in the meanwhile, if I don't get any type of sponsorship in that way, then this would be another way of doing it. If you donate into it, we could, go and do particular things like that that would help, you know, it would help with the community. But there's my email address, bulldog underscore 917 at yahoo.com. And that's associated with my PayPal account. So if you go to make a donation to it, you my email address on PayPal. Now, whatever donation you end up doing, PayPal does take a small fee for its transaction. So if you sent like what I did with the $50 with him, they may charge like $1 something for it. It's a small fee. It's not anything significant that's going to break anybody's bank. $50, I don't think is a lot of money. But, I mean, to others, it might feel that way. I guess in other states, others might think that $50 is a lot. Or if you're in another country, it may think that $50 is a lot. I mean, I'm sure if I had anybody in here from the Philippines, they'd be like, "Oh man, that's a gold mine." $50 would be considered a lot of money to them people. Oh, someone's up on panel. Cool. Mr. Money. Hey, I love the thing that add to stream. It's my buddy. What's up, my homie? Love your muzzle, brother. Oh, there you go. So how you doing?
Not too bad, buddy. How about yourself? Can you hear me?
I'm hanging in there. Are you at work or at home?
Yeah, I'm at work right now.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Right on. Hopefully things aren't really too chaotic.
No, for the most part, it's been pretty quiet today.
That's good. I know they're trying to fight in the Senate right now, trying to keep these police departments open from these yahoos that want to shut them down completely.
Yeah, that's something, man. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There's a lot of bad shit that goes into some of these police departments, but all that is about is needing to be reformed. It's not a lot to ask, I don't think. But to say do away with the police is not a good thing.
Well, I guess they're going to end up charging that family that was trying to protect their house. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that, and the governor sat there and assured that if that occurs, he's going to pardon them
Well, I
because
guess.
that is ridiculous for them
Yeah.
to be. Guess what?
No, I was just saying that. I guess the government went and took their weapons and stuff, like off their property.
Well, I wouldn't say it's the government. I think it's state government that did it, and that shouldn't have been tolerated. They shouldn't have gone in and done that because now they made them vulnerable.
Well, shit, I would have done the same thing, dude.
Protect your property, you bet.
I guess they were like breaking shit in the front yard and trying to break their windows. Absolutely. I would have done the same shit, man.
Well, it's not a matter of that they had to get over. It's the fact that they were threatening to kill their family. And then after saying that they'd be killed, loot their fucking house. They did the right thing in standing up for it.
Yeah. Well, you got like 50 or 60 of them trying to do that shit. No sirree, thanks. You're going to be introduced to my muzzle.
Yep. See, I want to move the hell away from this state because I think this state would be the same kind of way. If you try to defend your property, I think they would try and pull the same shit out here that they pulled out there. Because this is another one of them damn liberal states that they stand up for the criminals and not for the citizens, taxes and shit. That's just not cool.
Yeah. Not only that, but you got a bunch of regulations
Now,
over there.
something where, oh yeah, too many. Way too many. You know what I discovered yesterday that I had never thought in a million years that was? I found out that I guess Nevada turned into a Democrat state. I had no clue of that. I always thought that Nevada was a Republican state.
Right.
That blew my mind to find out. I wonder when the hell Nevada turned into a Democrat state. So that's one state that they don't fuck around. I watched a guy, and I bullshit you not. Years ago, when I was going through a traffic court, I went into the wrong courtroom. It was not that I was in the wrong courtroom. For say, it wasn't under traffic; it was under criminal. And I sat there, and as I was watching the proceedings that were going on, an individual in the courtroom, he was brought in for carrying paraphernalia. He had a burnt roach clip on his review mirror on his car, and a cop pulled him over, and he tested, and it came back positive for THC. That guy got charged 15 years in the state penitentiary for that.
What?
15 years. You want to talk about a state that didn't? Yeah, no shit.
You shit me.
I think it was because of the dude's attitude as to why the judge gave him. Huh?
No, I'm just thinking, was there more to the story? Because that sounds like some shit.
Well, it was some shit, but here's the thing. Okay, I guess the guy did some time in prison for a drug offense, and he had already had a previous record, and he had this attitude. I mean, he sat back like, yeah, do what you're gonna do because you're gonna do it anyway.
Right.
And it's what he said to the judge, and the judge looked at him and said, "Okay, I'm glad you feel that way because I'm giving you 15 years."
Oh,
I mean, if you're gonna have that kind of attitude, that's the way we're gonna go.
Jesus.
15 years. But I mean, come on, even with the prior and shit like that, that was a little excessive, you know.
Yeah.
But Nevada don't play, you know, and they got the death penalty, they got the whole 9 yards, and that you can see from a Republican state, not from a Democrat, because Democrats don't believe in the death penalty. They just believe in putting you in prison for the rest of your life for the pettiest shit.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it blew my mind to find that Nevada turned into a Democratic state and not a Republican. because I guess President Trump once wanted to do a rally out there and can't because of it. And I'm going, that don't make no sense. He should be able to rally in any state that he wants.
Right.
I mean, Obama did. He went around the states that weren't welcoming to him. Which kind of blew my mind. But yeah, it is what it is. Well, it set myself in motion here, even through all this bullshit as I've been reading on here. So what all? Because here I was under the impression that Trump wasn't doing enough because of the shit related around that healthcare bill. And I'd come to find out I was dead wrong. He'd been trying to fight that damn thing in Congress from day one. And so, yeah, I was thinking, I was going, man, I'm going to fucking go the other way or not go at all. And come to find out, fuck it. I'm going to end up going and voting for him again. And I hope he keeps up with the fight. And I hope he does away with that damn Obamacare crap.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm Republican, so I'm going to go ahead and do that myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you two don't like it, then it should really set a precedence as to what the hell their shit is, and the government should shut it down. If they step into it to block people's free speech and stuff like that because of it being a corporation, then yeah, I would be on board with him when he says shut it down. Because he was looking to do that with Twitter too, because speech.
Well, the
They
problem
want to put democratic fact checking, which holds no water to a Republican anyway. Because their fact check is whatever they can make up or muster up into making people try and believe. So I just, yeah, I didn't care for the way that they were dealing with his situations on Twitter.
Right.
Going to be a little outspoken every now and then? Yeah, everybody can. But not enough to where a company should stand in and say, well, no, you're just dead wrong. Oh, man. Itchy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I have a funny feeling he's going to be reelected again anyway. I don't think his number's up. I think we got 4 more years of Trump.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying earlier, dude.
And I know he's working on this thing here with as far as getting everything situated with these states. So
Yeah, Biden's an idiot.
he's done a lot of good.
Oh, man.
Well, anyways, if there's anybody new in the channel, and you like the content, by all means, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. You'll be notified of all uploads that we do and live streams. And by all means, trick me out amongst the media there, the social media. Put me out there. From Google? I don't know. I tried to Google that I tried to Google that and I couldn't get an answer for it. I couldn't get an answer for that riddle. That's why I thought it would be hard because it wasn't, I couldn't find it on there. You still with us, brother?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was checking one of the cameras real quick.
Because if you're saying anything, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Hold up.
Okay, you lost this connection. That's okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, he's back. Yep. There you go. Add to stream. There you go.
Can you hear me better now?
Yep, I can hear you better now.
Okay. I feel like every time I come up here, I'm talking to myself because it lags out.
Wow. So are you going to look to get into law enforcement, or are you just
Yeah,
kinda
so
like,
the deal is this. I plan on finishing my master's degree in policing. And then after that, I plan on doing like forensics data analysis.
oh wow. If there's ever going to be a career in it anymore, if the Democrats have their way.
Yeah.
If the Democrats were to have their way, there would be no department that would regulate as to how crimes are processed. And that won't be a good thing. That won't be a good thing at all. Because without the forensic science behind this shit, a lot of criminals will get away with a lot of shit.
Well, the sad part about it is they already are at the moment.
Oh yeah, at the moment they think they are, and when the hammer gets hit down on this country to where that shit's gonna be approved, all them people that committed all that shit, they're gonna be, yeah, they're gonna regret it. Not every single one of them are gonna get caught because the caseload is gonna be big. It's gonna be too big to hang every single person. But would you be willing to take that chance that the buck might stop on you to prosecute you? That's a hell of a fucking gamble to take.
50-50 shot. It's something, though.
I don't think it's really as much of a 50-50 shot because where there's corruption in departments, there is still going to be remaining some form of corruption one way or another. I mean, look at what they do to mob members that went out and massacred people. They've walked away from their charges because they testified against somebody they really wanted to be put away, when in fact they needed to be put away too. But they kind of squashed their shit in lieu of their testimony in order to get them prosecuted.
Right.
So there's still going to be some form of corruption one way or another. And that's what I'm saying. Some of these people are just not going to be prosecutable. So
what I really don't understand is that they want the police to protect property, but yet they're trying to avoid any form of law enforcement to do any action about it.
yeah, that's funny. It's hilarious. Fund you, but hey, come help protect me.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Did you see in
some
Seattle
lady out.
mayors trying to take away their like pepper spray and any form of like use of force?
Yeah. There's some criminals out there that the police do have to take a serious stance against. And when you're taking I'm sorry. Look, if I take a stance on dealing with somebody that's 6'3", weighing 300 fucking pounds and built like a shit brick house that I pull a firearm on, I'm sorry. But you know what? That individual gets a hold of me, I'm in trouble.
Right.
And I'm not going to be intimidated by these yahoos that say that you're using excessive force. Because where there's force, you meet force with force. And you don't go to an equality of it, you go to one up. You know what I mean? Because if you go to an equality of it, the probability of you losing your life, well, it's a 50-50 shot. And when you're the good guy, I'm sorry, it shouldn't be a 50-50 shot.
Right.
So, oh, your camera came back on. I don't know if you know that or not.
Oh, it's on?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I was checking something out on the security footage. Some woman's freaking out.
Oh. I just didn't know if you knew it or not.
Oh, it's all good, man. They got you working tonight?
Yeah, I got to work tonight. Yeah. I doubt if I'm going to go out at one. I don't know. I'm kind of debating this shit because, like I said, I got that. Yeah, I can't believe my own company wouldn't pass it on to their employees that another has caught COVID-19 in an area you're working, I think they should have notified each guard. I think they did. I just think they notified the ones they like. Which makes me wonder if this company even fucking likes me.
Yeah. You want to hear some bullshit, Bulldog?
What's that?
So, you remember yesterday when I was telling you I fell off my roof?
Yep.
So, it wasn't yesterday, but it was the day. It was on Friday, right? So I took yesterday off. They come in from 1 p.m. and I got to work until 2 in the morning here.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you got to be shitting me.
I could double shift to make up for the time that you lost, right?
Yeah, well, the one guard got. I was like, what else?
He got what?
He got screwed because he had to stay over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you couldn't have helped that.
No.
That's par for the course, I guess. Well, I tell you, this company here, I hope this company's learned that I'm not one of these wimpy people, because I remember a while back where I went and covered a post, and it was, mind you, a 12-hour shift. Yeah, I'd gone through my 12-hour shift and nobody bothered to show up. I got a hold of the company right away and told them, hey, look, and by the way, they're very, it sucks when it comes to the communication with this company because at the time they didn't have a dispatcher or anything like that. So all they had was different supervisors' phone numbers that you got to try to get a hold of somebody. And I remember that day that when that had occurred,
Oh, yeah.
I tried getting a hold of them to say, hey, look, the guard hasn't showed up here. Normal protocol, that shit, of any other guard out here in this state from my understanding, is once that barrier is crossed, they can just leave their posts and everything be hunky-dory. And if a company tries to terminate your employment for it, because it's set in their policy, you can be terminated for abandoning your post. When they put that kind of stress on you, if you end up bouncing off of it and they turn around and try and terminate your employment, you can go to the labor board and dispute it, and they can actually do something about that. But at that point in time, why would you want to work with the company? Because even though they forcefully make it to where you're not fired, they can do some damage to you by not working you and making you quit. Well, when this ended up occurring with me, by the time I got a hold of somebody, I was already halfway into that second shift. And they sat there and said, "Well, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. We can try and get somebody out there to relieve you." And they said, "Hey, appreciate the fact that you're remaining on the site," kind of ordeal. And and so throughout that shift, nobody relieved me until 12 o'clock midnight, or not 12 o'clock midnight, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, because it was like 12 to 12 shifts, that they actually ended up getting somebody to relieve me. Um, but they were concerned. They said that they needed to get somebody out there because they couldn't afford to. Supposedly here in the state of California, if you do anything over 14 hours, they have to pay you double time. So they were concerned about that. And I said, "Listen, shit happens. I get that. It ain't no big deal." I says, "Granted, yeah, when I do get relieved, I'm probably going to be tired as shit. But it is what it is. Don't worry about it. I'm not sweating it." And when my check came out, they did pay me time and a half and no double time. I said, "Listen, as long as this isn't a habit, okay, I don't mind taking one for the team. It ain't no big deal." But as the time gone on, it started becoming a habit. And I was like, "Listen, just because I'm a good guy does not mean that you have the right to run over me."
Right, right.
So you guys need to situate your shit, reassess your things, and come back and be a little stronger for it. Like I said, I don't mind helping you out, but if it's to a point that it's getting abused, and which I think it kind of is here, you need to think of some other way of situating it. Because if I have to walk off on a post, the only reason why I don't do it is because of the fact that it can affect not only me, but the other guards that work at the site. It can put a few others out of work, and which is something that I'm not willing to do. So
Right.
yeah, I'll fight tooth and nail for you as a company to keep your clientele happy. Oh my God. Man. But anyway, yeah. You can tell a gorgeous girl walked by. Damn. I mean, she was like, "Oof." I'm sorry, she was cute. Like, damn. But anyway, so I did get paid right. I got a lot of people that tell me, "Oh, this guard company, they short you hours all the time." Says, "Yeah, have you ever brought it to their attention?" "Why, they won't do anything about it." "Well, then if you don't bring it to their attention, how are they to pay you?" Mistakes happen. So unless you catch it and bring it to their attention, they will pay you. "Oh, they will?" I says, "Absolutely." Because usually I would, usually I had a habit of filling out a time card every week. You would submit your timesheet, you would fax it into them, and they would go off of your timesheet. Well, now they got track tick, and track tick is like your timesheet because you punch in and you punch out, and it keeps track of all your hours.
Right.
So this company, they want to work it to where that you're using your timesheet still, which there's really no need to do that. So I stopped doing the timesheets, but now this company knows I'm not a crooked person. If I find something that's not right in my time, I can still always call them and tell, hey, look, I've been shorted here. Could you fix it? Of course, they'll look back and do it and they'll go, oh, okay, no problem. Put it on the next check and they'll do it. And they do it. But they know I'm not abusing them and they know I'm not hustling them. Well, shit, the proof's in the pudding. The shit's right there on the screen. They can see you did the hours. The only problem that I have with this track tick thing is some guards, if they're like out on a round or something, you're going up to relieve them and they're not there, and they come back and they clock out late, and you go to clock in. That's the time they're thinking that they're going to pay you on. That's the part that you can reverse and say, no, I was there on time. I usually, if I get there early and I get up to the time point that they're there, the moment if that occurs, I usually call supervisor and say, hey, just so you know, I've been here on site, and this is, I mean, I know I'm clocking in late, but that's due to their issue, not mine. And they'll usually go in and they'll just put it in manually, your punch-in. Because I know some guards do, they'll do that, and then they'll think they're getting one up on you. They get a little extra pay on their shit, and it doesn't work with me.
The biggest issue I have with track tech is that if my hours switch, I have to notate it,
Morning.
because what ends up happening is they take the hours that I was originally working and they put that on my paycheck. Not the fact I worked at a different site because somebody called off.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because they have a schedule thing set in TrackTick that only is associated to what they've put in for your schedule.
Yeah.
So something like that, it doesn't get added in unless you manually have to call them and make them manually put it in. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah, I had that problem too. I got shorted 10 hours off of a shift that I did, and I couldn't log in for it because I'm not assigned to that post. And I had to call them to get them to manually log me in.
Right, right.
Well, no, I didn't do that post. That's when I first found out about that whole ordeal. And when I was the 10 hours short, I showed proof that I was there, and they went ahead and they switched it up and they paid me for it. I just hate it when they got to do it on the next check, because that 10 hours could have been construed as overtime for you. And they'll try and get out of that by trying to say, okay, well, we do owe you the hours, and then they cut you the check and then it's straight time. It's like, oh, no, 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 no. That's not how this works.
Right.
You go back and tell them, no, it was during time and a half. You got to remember, I was covering your ass. If you're going to be nice to me in the right way.
That's the same shit you do on me, man.
Yeah. And if you catch it, if it's a decent company, they'll look at that and they'll go, oh, okay, well, we tried to pull it and it's okay, and we'll pay you outright. And they'll pay you. Oh, hey, Avery. All right, brother. Hey, have a good one. Thank you for dropping by. Don't forget to smash that like button. That like button's very important.
You gotta figure they're sneaky like that, man. They'll do the same shit.
Yeah.
They'll put me at another site. I'll work overtime. They'll forget to put it on that paycheck, and then they'll put it on the next paycheck as if you didn't work time and a half.
Right.
I'm like, hold up here, Chief.
I guess you can't blame a company for trying, right? Yeah, I mean, they do. And in a way, it frustrates you, but then you got to look back and laugh. Yeah, you did try to do that to me, but hey, it was nice that you correct the mistake and fixed it. I'm glad you guys do that, you know,
Yep.
because they do. And, you know, if it's a decent company, they'll fix it and they know they did wrong and they'll leave it be. They'll never admit to you they did wrong, but they'll just fix it. But then you know what I also noticed? That
So
when you're that stickly with your company, when it comes to the overtime, they want to go for the people that don't say anything and keep their mouth shut and let them roll over on them to put them on that site than you. And that's fucked up because that person that they're going to put on the site instead of you has bad habits and they just don't care. I don't know if you ever noticed that or not. You know, you'll have another guard. They're lazy. They don't do anything, and they just don't care because they know the company's going to take advantage of them, and they're taking advantage of them because they let them take advantage of them, and the company will most likely put that person there because they know they can squeeze every dollar out of that person. So, you know, unless they're really desperate and really need you, will they ever actually call you? Because, hey, I don't get a shitload of overtime, but I know guards that are working with this company, they're getting a buttload of overtime. And all they get is time and a half. I have one guard that works up at that NSG. They were having him work 8 hours at one post and then coming and working 8 hours at my post. He'd pull in 16-hour fucking shifts every day. But yet they proclaim they're backing off people's overtime. They're only backing off the people's overtime that want to hold them accountable to working you to death.
yeah.
See, and that's how that goes. Shit. I gotta grab another pack of cigarettes real quick.
You're good. I
All
can't
right,
because
I'll be right. All right, I'll be right back. Ugh. Okay, I'm back. Oh, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I thought I cut off again. The SteamYards is pretty good for doing that.
You know, there's one of these times I think what I want to do is do a private chat with you.
Okay.
And the reason for it is I've been trying to dig into this other group to find out what they're about. And I mean, I'm hearing nothing but pure just fucking negative shit about it. And
What group is it on YouTube or what?
yep, and I don't want to put it out there as to say as to who, but I want to dig into it a little bit and find out if they are actually a good group or not. I'm
Right.
concerned about it because it's you know, back in my day when you get trolls lingering around, And as I had come to find out, when you give them attention, they do such disruptive shit. Regardless if you're trying to keep a good thing going or what, the moment you give them an inch, you're going to take a mile, and they'll do it until you shut down.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to mention this individual or this group that's out there going around doing that shit because I don't want to invite it in here if it is what I think it is.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. You have like social media, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
And because it's involving a good friend, and I don't want that friend tied up into that shit if all it's going to do is it could ending up bad. And I don't, if it's a bad entity, you leave it the fuck alone. You don't feed into it. You don't give it any kind of strength whatsoever. And yeah, could not be good. And from what I'm seeing of it, it's not good. But that's from what I'm seeing, and I need more insight as to what this group's about before I take any kind of step of either being a member with it or just leaving it the hell alone.
I hear you.
I made a fatal error a long time ago, and it almost killed my community. It damn near did, and it was something we caught. I'll tell you what it was. We caught a hacker on our shit. We knew the person was hacking, and when because we brought about it in a nice way. We weren't trying to be rough or anything like that. Boot, get your ass out of here, kind of thing. Because hackers can come back. They find their ways around the software that's out there that can keep them coming into your shit. So instead of taking that kind of approach, we took a very subtle, gentle approach to the situation. And we got this guy to open up to us and explain to us not only what kind of hacks that he was using, but what was concerning to me is where he got the hacks from. The hacks that he had gotten, he got it from Valve. Valve. If you know anything about Valve, and I don't know if you do or not, are you familiar with Steam?
Yeah, they're the company that made Steam and various other games and stuff.
Right, and their security is backed by VAC, which is ran by a corporation called Valve.
Right.
Okay, now Valve, and it was news to me. Okay, and when we discovered this, he sent us to a link that was VAC security. It was legit. It was from the Valve Corporation. They're selling subscriptions for hacks. But the moment you don't pay into the subscription, they VAC ban you. You drop your subscription, they VAC ban the games that you've been cheating on. And that to me is just fucked up. It's whack. It's crazy. It's a security company that secures your server to assure you that your shit is safe
Yeah.
when in fact it's not.
Well,
So, anyways, we, we got that hack downloaded, and because there was particular things of the hack that we wanted to know if other players are doing it, and if they were, we wanted to keep them out of our community. So we allowed our admins to download this link and to download that hack and to use it for administrative purposes only.
right.
They weren't supposed to use them for any form of gain of any kind. Well, like I said, it was a major mistake of mainly me to do because I had permitted it. And I thought that the administration that I had was a tight administration that would never abuse or leak or do any of that stuff. Well, come to find out, a couple of our admins were going on other people's servers and just raping them. Okay. And then they were coming back into our community and um, they were using it for their own capital gain for winning rounds and stuff. And so we tried to alleviate it, and which we did. We got those out because it started causing chaos in our community. So we kind of took the lump on the head for that one because we shouldn't have permitted our administrators to use it to catch other hackers, because we did catch hackers and we were easily able to kick them out and keep them out. But, it was getting to be an abused thing. So we kicked out the administrators that were using it, because we all said, okay, no more of this shit. We got to dump it, get it off our systems, and don't allow it to be used anymore.
Yeah.
And so in Hack and some others followed suit and stopped doing it. And we found two of them that just didn't do it. So we kicked them out of our community and we kept that shit away from our community because we learned that that was not a good thing. So, and it didn't kill my community. All of our members are still there. Even though we haven't really had a server for them to go play on for the longest time, it shows you just how loyal our members are, that they stayed in our community. And it's weird. I shit you not, brother. If you look up the FNG clan on Steam, you'll find that all of our members are still there. And I haven't even put a server up for them to play on for a long time.
Right.
So it was a great community and people loved it. So, and I'm grateful that it's there, and I want to try and integrate that into this right here, YouTube. Integrated into this community as well.
Right.
How I'm going to go about doing that? Well, I thought about posting on the bulletin board and putting my link out there, and I think I'm going to do that because I think it would help, because some of them were programmers and they can probably help me with fixing the server that I have and make it popular again.
Right.
I mean, for what we had was original, and it was something that no one else had, and I'd like to get that back again. When Steam did their major update almost 10 years ago, they broke everything. Now everything has to be ran through that workshop and all that. And it's a little bit of a nightmare. They made it to where all games have to carry a MySQL database and all different kinds of shit. They even brought in a new form of coding, supposedly to help your ability of getting into servers, supposedly to give some kind of stability to your server, to where people aren't waiting forever joining. But yeah, all of our shit got broke. All the customization shit that we had going on broke. We had custom skins, we had custom abilities. We worked hard on that server, and Steam took it all away. To me, with no warning. You didn't give any update and warning that, hey, Steam is doing this major update, nothing. So it squashed us.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. About, because hackers, what they'll do is they'll either dox or SWAT people. You know what that is?
I'm hearing about it now. The docs part, I don't understand. What is docs?
So, doxing essentially is like looking you up, finding out where you live, your name, everything about you, essentially. Okay? then they'll use that information to either demean or post it on like social medias and stuff, just to get you either mad or upset with what's going on. But another form is swatting. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, they call up with a fake crime or something. They get it to where the law enforcement get
Yeah.
involved.
So, so
Come
what
and crash
they do,
down your door.
yeah, they'll get your IP address. They'll find out where you live, and they'll make like a fake 911 call to go to your house and shit.
Oh, that's pretty messed up. Now, see, now law enforcement should be a little more hip to, just going and raiding people's houses without proof. That's on the police department's behalf. That's just crooked.
Yeah, I mean, they should look a little bit better into that, but at the same time, you got to figure if somebody gives a 911 call and it's like, look, I got 4 people that are hostage in my base. Here's a ransom,
Oh,
$50,000. You know what I mean?
that type of situation. Well, that's not good. They can get somebody killed.
Oh, yeah, they have in the past. People that have been swatted, they'll wake up in the middle of the night thinking they're getting robbed, and it's the SWAT unit. And you got to figure you're protecting your house, and the police are outside. Exchange a gunfire. That's not a good ending for anybody.
No, no, it's not. I guess one guy, his wife got killed, and he ended up shooting and wounding a few cops in the process. They were
Yeah.
trying to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. From my understanding, the guy did get the charges dropped against him, but at what extent? Somebody got killed over it. They're thinking they're swatting a drug house or something. Um, I remember seeing that floating around on social media. God, what was that lady's name? She died. I mean, she didn't even have a prayer. They were in bed. She got killed as she slept. I hope the hell she didn't feel a damn thing. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, I heard about stuff like that. And if that's what you're talking about, that's really fucked up. And that's what I'm saying with this kind of group that's been brought to my attention. I want to check out to make sure that this isn't one of them kind of groups because I don't want any affiliation whatsoever with a group like that. And if these people are like that, then well, I think Chief and Haley should be careful of who they're joining. I mean, they're good friends. I love them to death. I think they're great people. I just I'm a little concerned with this particular group.
I'll I'll hit you up on social media, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I just want to be sure that I mean if they're a good group and they mean to do well, it I guess there would be no harm in it and being a part of that form of community. But if it's something that does some very malice shit, um, believe me, I wouldn't want any part of it. You don't talk bad about it. You bring none of that shit in your community. It's just not good. You leave it the fuck alone. If it's a nasty bee nest, nature tells you leave it the fuck alone. And
Yeah.
that's what I end up doing. Because honestly, it's got me flustered because honestly, an individual that was coming around my streams has never done any harm in my streams. And yeah, I mean, it's one of them particular kind of things. You know, I don't want to have him not come around because of that form of situation. But then again, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of any of it. But
Kind of
I
weird
don't want
about that.
them. Huh?
I said I'm kind of weary about that stuff because you got to figure, you know, with the selected group or what have you that does this type of shit, and you piss them off in the wrong way or say the wrong thing, you're their next victim.
Yeah, that's right. And so you not feed into any of it because you know where you got one, there's a fucking group, and that whole fucking group will fuck with you. And yeah, it's something you really don't want. And hackers, they can do shit. They can do some really nasty shit. They can get into databases that you never thought imagined, like law enforcement databases, government databases. They can make shit up on you that by the time they figure out something was wrong, the damage is already done, and it's hard to take back the damage that's been done. You know,
Yeah.
so I like I said, I know from the past you never fuck with a hacker.
Panel mode.
If they come into your shit, the best way to actually deal with it is just go with the fucking flow and be like, hey, show them that you're not trying to represent anything bad to them, and just letting them fucking just leave. Because if you give them no feed, nothing to go off of, they will eventually leave your ass alone because they don't deem you as some kind of threat to them. You get some knuckleheads that might come around and act like they're mean and tough and huffy and puffy, and they may be poking around with you mainly to get a reaction. And when you don't give the reaction, they just keep striking. Those are the ones you can just kick the fuck out and not even worry about because they're all huffy and puffy. These people are professional at what they're doing. And if they know that you're not feeding into their shit, those ones will leave you alone because they really don't want to. They want to make sure that you're not bringing their shit to light, if you know what I mean. And therefore, if you're not bringing their shit to light, usually you're no threat to them, and they'll leave you alone.
Yeah, you'll have to shed some light on the situation. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, but I'll get a hold of you on social media.
Right. Because if this group is nasty as what I'm thinking, then yeah, law enforcement should step up its game and keep more of a better eye on this particular group. And if it is as bad as I think it may be, neutralize that shit because they're going to cause people nothing but problems.
That's the shitty part about this, man. I come on here to have a good time and talk to people. But I can't even do that without somebody trying to misrepresent my name and make alternate accounts and do dumb shit like that. Or you got
Yeah.
some troll that comes in here and just acts like another asshole.
Panel mode.
Yeah. Well, just look at it this way. If any of them are affiliated with that group, then law enforcement will have a database on it. And that's what I'm counting on. If they have a database and they come back and say, yeah, this is not a good fucking group to ever affiliate with, then I'm leaving it the fuck alone. I'm leaving it alone, not having anything to fucking do with it.
Well, I will tell you this, and I will make this fair warning for this Corey kid. I mean, I don't think you quite understand, but I work at a police department. And it's not in your best intention or interest to fuck with me. I highly suggest that you stop the bullshit and go on with what you're doing. Because if you continue this shit up, we'll bring it further up the ante if you like. If you want to keep doing this dumb shit.
Yeah. Some people that have law enforcement in their background, these people should know to stay fucking clear of, because they can represent a big problem for them. Big problem. And see, and I've said it in the past before, I've got law enforcement in my background. Maybe not me by personally being a police officer. I have other friends and associates that are in law enforcement.
You might think you're funny hiding behind multiple other alternate accounts on YouTube. But the thing is this, I talk to a detective almost every shift, and it's not hard to look up this alternate account that's being an asshole and to get your IP address. So keep fucking around.
Yeah, and they think it's impractical for you to be able to track them down if they use a VPN. Well, you can use a VPN and you might confuse them for a little while. But that VPN, you have to log into that VPN using your true IP address. It comes back to you tenfold. There is a way of tracking it.
Yep.
And they think they're being slick, bouncing off of cell phone towers. Eventually, it's going to lead to a source that's going to have your true IP address, and that's what they're going to fixate on. And then it's not going to matter if you're running behind a VPN or not, because of the fact that now that they've had a fix on the true IP address, they know when that device is powered up, and they can home right in on it.
Yep.
It's just a matter of time. It's just like my mother sat there and said many years ago, you may think you're getting away with something right this minute. Hell, you may even get away with it within the next day or two. Shit, you'll get away with it for months on end. But sooner or later, that motherfucking shit's going to catch up to you. And when it does, it's going to be 10 times worse than if you'd have gotten caught an hour prior to you doing what you did.
Right.
So, my mother told me that when I was a kid. And she told me that because she caught me in a lie. She knew she caught me in a lie. She didn't want to address it. And she addressed it in that way that made you think, God, I better not do that again. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's been down that road and had that nice conversations with our mothers. And she's right. She's right. She's 110% right.
I just don't know what this guy has, because I'm getting real tired of bringing it up. Because I shouldn't have to. I've had YouTube for about 3 years now. And out of these 2 months, this is like the first time I've actually interacted with the live chat.
Yeah, and it's a good chat. I mean, hell, we do have fun on here. We have a good deal of fun. And this is the type of community that I want to build. I want to build a good community. I want to keep the riffraff out. I know that YouTube says it's a bad thing to really just go blocking people, but the thing of it is, if you got a bad egg, you got to let it go.
Yeah.
I agree when they say don't block right away, because you want to give a person a chance to try to make good in your community. But when they do nothing but bring strife and destruction to your community, you have no choice. You have to block them. And like with that Corey situation, I didn't want to block him, but the thing of it is he just wasn't happy here. So if If you're not happy, then why fester around? If our streams are shit and I get to be told fuck you and all different kinds of things, why keep that around? I just see it as toxicity and yeah, I think he can find a community that can make him happy. But there's some nut jobs out there who aren't happy unless there's strife in their life. They're unhappy when others are happy.
Right.
Those just need to grow up, and I don't know. Those are fruitcakes. They're nuts, and I kind of have a funny feeling Cordy's one of them. So
I just find it funny that they all come in here and say that your channel sucks and this, that, and the other, but yet they'll make alternate accounts to try to come back.
yeah,
It's like, if you're not happy, stop coming back.
yeah. So that means you're doing something that's good, and they don't like it.
It's something.
Oh, it's all good though. It's all good. Hey, Stacy. See, I get a lot of people that come in here and they feel comfortable being in here because they're not getting attacked and they're not putting up with stupid shit. And I think I got good administration here. So if stupid shit goes on, they bump them. Oh well. Sometimes I get others that come back and go, hey, look, I know I've had this kind of little ordeal. I just don't want to be like that anymore. And usually I do give them a chance and bring them back. So
What I find funny is that they'll try pulling that shit in here and then go to other streams and do the same thing.
yeah, they'll gather whatever information in your stream and then go into others and go into streams of others and cause mayhem. Make it to where they got to come on over and yeah, I mean, they were doing that shit over here, dealing with Haley and Chief and stuff. And I'd always tell them, hey, look, if you, whatever it is that you got going on right there, you go over there and talk to them. They really don't like their shit being brought up over here. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit. I wouldn't want them doing that over there. I mean, they're good people. They'll catch you back on shit. If you're good to them, they're good to you.
Like I said yesterday, cut the middleman. Screw that. If you got a problem with somebody, go to that person. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sit there and, bob and weave to other people and bitch to them. I'm not a babysitter. Go to them and bitch to the person. Don't bitch to me about their problems. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You got a problem with somebody, go to that person.
Yeah. In the Bible, it also quotes that very thing, that if you have a problem with somebody, you take it to them in private.
But they want to beat.
Huh?
I said they want to beat around the bush and talk shit about them.
Yeah. They want to see if they can stir shit. That's basically what that amounts to. They want to see if they can get you in trouble with them. That's a form of trolling. They troll you.
Yeah.
Shit, I gotta grab another thing of Dr. Pepper. Oh man. I'll be right back.
Not a problem.
Panel mode.
Okay. I'm back.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you have a Discord?
You was gonna what?
You have a Discord?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
You was gonna what? Oh. Mm-mm.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Yep, I can hear you.
Peace. I was going to ask you, do you have a Discord?
A Discord?
Yeah, it's like an app. It's like a gaming app.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
You know, I really didn't even get into these social apps until like I want to say like 2 years ago.
Right.
You know, I gotta say, it's a lot of them are kind of crap. Like Snapchat, I don't care for that.
I have little to none social media whatsoever.
I think it's found funny how some social media apps can weigh in on your job. I don't think that's cool.
What do you mean?
Hmm. I think a while back, a good year or two ago, there was some kind of segment that came out on the TV that was dealing with that. The news media was reporting, saying that you got to be careful what you're doing on these platforms, because on these platforms, your job or your boss may be paying attention to these platforms to see what kind of person you really are, and they can draw you in and terminate your employment. You know, I kind of beneficially used that because I wanted to test the waters on that to find out, you know, what that really meant. So on Google, you know, because I've had some complications through this company I was working for. I mean, it's not around anymore, but more or less. I posted a comment on the social media through Google, you know, on the business aspect of it. I told them what I thought of their company. I, you know, didn't think very highly of it and stuff like that. And I posted it, you know, knowingly that if there was any truth to what that news media was saying, because I wasn't saying damnful things that would get me terminated, but enough that if they were actually paying attention to it, they would actually see it and draw me in. And hey, fix the problem too, right? Because that's basically what my outtake on it was to do, to try to fix the problem they were having with their company. Well, lo and behold, the owner of my company called me in to have me come in and do a sit down and talk to them and stuff. And he was very concerned about what I had posted there on Google. So it really it is true as to what the news media says. Like I said, I didn't do anything damning enough to say that they would terminate my employment. I mean, they knew the problem existed because I've had to sit down with them before over the years, a couple of times over the shit, and shit wasn't getting done about it. So I took the social media to deal with it. And finally, when they brought it in and discussed it with me, I says, well, listen, if you fix the damn problem, it'll go away. I'll take down the post and put something up in its place that's better, right? And sure shit, they did end up changing the deal on that, and I did end up taking that post down and putting something else in its place. Well, I'll be damned.
What's your Twitter name, my man, so I can get a hold of you after here?
Oh, bulldog _917.
And is there like a chat that you can use on there? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of I guess on Twitter, if you directly search for somebody to put in like a favorite or something, and you get them and you send them a message, then they can get added to this box. Because I noticed that when I added Chief and Haley, it has its own separate deal. And like I Am Wrath, I'm set up to where that I see all of them on there. So anytime they send me a direct message, it goes on there. And I don't have to sift through the lines of shit that I don't know nothing about.
Right.
Because I guess Twitter is an open platform. Things that you post are seen by everybody around the world, I guess. And I don't really want to get into that kind of ordeal. If I want to send a message to somebody, I want them to be able to get the message. And Twitter is something new to me. I don't know if it will link you directly under that name or not. I had to change it because of the fact that I was using my actual name on Twitter. And I didn't feel too comfortable with that, with there being trolls out there that do shit.
Oh, no, I hear you.
Every platform that I've gone on, and I've known this for years, and this is why I've done what I've done. But I've never put out true information of myself, like my birth date. Okay, my birth date, my direct address. It's not placed on anything. Even through my DMV license, it's listed different address. So if I got a troll that trolls me and they try to obtain where I live, I'm gonna make them bitches work for it. If a person comes in and says, I know your direct address, and gives me my direct address, I'm calling the police. Because if they got to draw that much attention to do that, because like I said, I didn't make it easy for them to do, then that means directly that they anticipate on wanting to do harm.
Oh, yeah.
And the funny thing of it is I don't do anything harmful to others, ever. I don't wish harm upon anybody in any way, shape, or form, even when they're being nasty to me. I just much rather just be done away with it, be away from them, not have anything to do with them. Just some people don't like happy people, and I just don't understand that. It's a part of life I'll never understand. But then again, given in the biblical way, Christian will always, when it comes time upon the end times, the Christian is going to be hated. So I got to take that into consideration.
These people that have nothing better else to do but just do dumb shit on here, I guess.
Yeah, they sit at home in their mom and dad's basement talking about how the great life is for them.
Why mom's upstairs making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah. As they kick back on that couch, as they come along and they say, "Well, son, did you get out and look for a job?" And they're toting on that weed, going, "Oh no, mom, I'll do it tomorrow." See, I believe our government was right when it said that marijuana is not a good thing to do. I still to this day feel that it's not a good thing to do. It does make you absent-minded to a T. Does it knock out all of any form of intelligence about you? I don't believe it does, but the damn thing makes you feel awful goofy. Why the hell do that? I got a bad enough habit smoking these damn things. Think I'd really want something like that on me? Fuck that.
Right.
And they're pushing to try to not only legalize marijuana, which they've already done, but I'm seeing in the woodworks, and I've been saying it for a long time. Watch, one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna find methamphetamines are now legal, cocaine is legal,
Right.
heroin's legal.
Here's my thing on that, man. I don't know why they're doing that if we have a drug crisis in this country.
Yeah, they say it's a victimless crime. Well, it is a victim crime, and I'll explain how and why. We have it on our law books. Until they change our laws to say suicide is something legal for you to do, it causes harm to you and you can end up losing your life by taking it. So to say that it's a victimless crime, it's not a victimless crime. You yourself are the victim.
Yeah.
I mean, it can cause havoc. All these drug users out there that use drugs, how would you feel if your own son and daughter started doing that shit? Putting a needle in their arm, huffing up shit that can make them hallucinate. And not to mention some of these hallucinogenic drugs that you may take for the first time and have to be a dependent on it for the rest of your life. Think about that one.
Yeah, that shit's rough, dude.
It's rough. And these people, they don't seem to grasp the concept that this is the reason why our governments put shit like that illegal, to make it to where that whatever use that you're doing is not at a harmful pace. I mean, like drug medication, painkillers. Painkillers are made for what? It's made to alleviate the pain that you're going through at the time from a surgery or from a fractured bone or, something that may be causing your body pain. It wasn't meant for you to abuse. I mean, yes, it's a narcotic and it can be an addictive thing, but if it's taken in moderation, a controlled moderation, you will not become addicted to it. And I'm living proof of it. I've taken Loritab. I've taken Percocets. I've taken Loritabs, Percocets, Percodans. Yeah, about that. And I've never gotten addicted to any of that shit, but I took it as it was prescribed for pain. And the
Right.
thing of it is on the bottle, sometimes in some cases, some scenarios, the way a doctor works it out is, to bypass any kind of toxicity of it that may make you a dependent on it. They put that on the bottle every 4 hours for some, every 6 hours for some. Now, again, taking into consideration of what it says as it's needed for pain. You take the pill,
Right.
okay, it alleviates the pain. Say your prescription says within 6 hours. Now, if you're popping it within 4 hours versus 6 hours, you're telling your body that you're in pain that you're not. And that's the part that can make you dependent on it in due time. Will it happen right away? No, it won't happen right away. It takes repetition for your body to get used to it, and it becomes immune to it to where that you have to seek more. And that's the part that is the addiction part. So if you take it as you need it for pain, say like you take the pill, it alleviates that pain, and the bottle says 6 hours, but in 6 hours you're not feeling any pain, don't take another one. Leave it the fuck alone. If like 10, 12 hours pass and you're having pain, by all means, pop a pill. Go for it. It'll alleviate the pain. But when your body's not in pain, don't take it. I've had taken, and I've seen doctors script like 500 pills to people. That's ridiculous. You know, that part's excessive. I've never been given no more than 20 to 30 pills at one time.
Same here, man.
And I'll tell you what, these fucking assholes that get addicted to this shit, okay, it is their fault. It's not the doctor's fault. The doctor did everything within his power to make it so you are not going to be dependent on that shit. But
So,
it made it hard for people like me that don't abuse it to go in and say, "Hey, look, I'm feeling more than excruciating pain because of this." And I know giving me an aspirin or Tylenol is probably not going to do the trick. Could you give me something stronger than that? When you do that nowadays, they raise a red flag, and they say, no, no, you asked for a particular type of drug, you must be familiar with it. No, we can't give it to you. You're not even abusing shit. You're not doing anything wrong. I've had that, and the reason why I know about that is because I did just that. I went into a doctor's office up in Minnesota many years ago, and my teeth are rotten to the core. And every now and then I get some shooting pain. I don't get them as much as I used to, but I had a blowout and knew that Tylenol wasn't going to do the trick because I've done it in the past to try to alleviate the pain. It didn't work. I've taken aspirin. Aspirin didn't work. So I asked this doctor if he could prescribe me something heavier than and me. I personally won't do Tylenol 4s or anything like that because of the codeine that's in it. And if anybody knows anything about codeine can eat the lining of your stomach and cause ulcers, can cause all different kinds of shit. So I don't want shit with codeine in it. So I opted out to ask for something stronger than that, and I'll be goddamn, that nurse come on out of that room. We got another person back here asking for narcotics. Well, fortunately, I'd gotten to know my doctor, and my doctor was like, well, I know that you're not doing that, but the thing of it is when they do that, we have to not give you what you're asking. I can't take Loritab. I found out, because when I was taking Loritab, when I had a slip and fall and I hurt my back, they were giving me Loritab, and Loritab one of the side effects I wasn't really aware of, but it started causing depression within me. And I just didn't know it. When I went back to the doctor and he explained to him what was going on, he says, "No, you're having a nasty reaction to it. We must take you off of it right away." So they changed it up and gave me Percocets, and Percocets worked out a lot better. So when I told this doctor, and this doctor agreed with me, because when I went in for the appointment, I went in under his secondary doctor because he wasn't available. And I told this doctor, "Look, I can't take Loritab because Loritab causes depression within me." And lo and behold, she wrote me a script for Loritab. I took the script in and saw my actual doctor and told him what happened. And he said, "No, no, look, I know that you don't do anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse it. Do you have the script?" I said, "Yes, sir. I have it out in my car." He says, "Tell you what, turn that script in here and we'll go ahead and get you what you need and everything will be good." I says, "Okay." So I went out to my car and I grabbed my pills, and he made me watch him dispose of it. Because he says, because of the way the shit is nowadays, hey, people are accused of keeping the shit, and this way you sign off on it, we sign off on it, and we get you what you need. And he scripted me like 20 pills, and shit, I didn't even go through half of the shit. I ended up having to turn it into the clinic to have them to dispose of the remainder of it. Because supposedly, if you don't do that, then they think you took the whole thing. So, do you know that if by chance a doctor gives you a script like that and you don't need it anymore, do it like that. It makes you look good in the hospital's eyes, because then they know you're not addicted.
No, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they got to mark it down. They got to write that shit down, make a record of it.
You want to know
But
something, Doc?
what's that?
So, our state implemented or is in the process of implementing a three-strike method. We have a major drug crisis in our state where people have to be resuscitated because they're overdosing. So we have to use our taxpayer dollars to reassess these druggies with Narcan. And
Okay.
they're, look, we'll do rehabilitation for you for however long it takes. But if you keep falling down the same repeated pattern, we're just going to decline you Narcan.
I
That's what.
don't know. I don't know about that, and I'll tell you why. I mean, I can see it being somewhat of a benefit, but then when you got some young kid, brother, that just doesn't know any better, and he's just, I don't know, led down a really rough path, it might spell trouble for that.
I
Because all life is precious. All life is precious, and I can get their point on why they want to do what they're doing, because you're basically throwing your life away. And why should you have to keep fighting for it when mm, yeah, I mean, I can understand why they'd want to pass a bill like that to not resuscitate them after a while. I can get behind it, but I can see it being something that can be abused too. You know, because I'm for something like that if it can be used properly. Because if you are throwing your life away, to me, I don't know. I was kind of heartstruck to find that some of these states are starting to pass bills saying that aiding and assisting in suicide is an okay thing, and I don't think it is.
Ooh, that's rough.
That is, I'll tell you why. One thing, I mean, it really struck home with me when I saw a YouTube video on a 23-year-old girl, 23 years old. She went into one of these aided assisted um, suicide places. And mind you, the suicidal place wasn't out of the United States, it was here within our own country. And it mind boggled me because this girl went in there because she's feeling depressed. She had some trauma that's happened in her life and she just didn't want to live anymore. And they honored that shit and allowed her to have aided assisted suicide. 23 years old.
Ooh.
She's a goddamn baby, you know?
I just want to make sure I'm hearing you right. So she went into like a rehabilitation center, and what? She killed herself or what?
She had them aid and assist her to die
Holy,
because she was depressed.
holy shit!
Felt she could never get above her depression, and they deemed her medically to say that if she wanted to take her life, she could, and she did. That's fucking heart wrenching.
Hmm.
But you know what? These Democrats that are all so violent and they're so into this shit, so be it. Let them allow themselves to do that shit. Because maybe if they take it out on them, they won't take it out on good people that mean to live life to the fullest.
That's
Maybe they'll get the stump out of their ass and stop harassing good, honest people.
that leads me to my next question. Did they get shit for that?
Did they what?
Did they get shit for allowing that to happen?
I really don't even know. I don't know. I know that as quick as and believe me when I tell you, that was under Obama's administration that this shit got passed. Still think Obama's great?
Hell no. I've never thought he was great.
I didn't think anything bad of Obama until his coming out speech, the way he was talking of his campaign to get this shit geared up for him. It shut me down right away. Why? Because he made this promise to Americans that I knew was never going to hold any form of water. He said this word for word. Anybody making under $250,000 was not going to feel his pinch from him increasing your taxes. Well, guess what, motherfucker? And I don't care if Obama sees this or not. And I know he doesn't give a flying fuck about any American citizens. He doesn't care. But somebody in the colleges that he went to never taught that motherfucker about trickle down economics. Meaning that when you go after the rich say, I'm not going to pay for it. They put their own spin on it and they make you, the poor person, pay for it. Because let me tell you something, the moment his ass got into office and he did the shit that he did, my rolling tobacco, okay, was only like $17 for a pound. That son of a bitch got elected into office, and the second his shit passed, I went out to the tobacco shop to pick up a pound of tobacco. Usually I get like 2 or 3 pounds. That shit was what, $89, $90 a fucking pound. My rent went up, gas went up, food went up. I'm sorry. Somebody must tell me how that was not going to affect me.
I'm sure you remember this, but I voted for Mitt Romney. You remember when he was running against Obama?
Uh huh.
Yeah, I didn't vote for him. I voted for Mitt Romney.
So did I. My wife voted for Obama thinking it was going to be great. I told her point blank, I says, well, we'll see how this goes, but I think you're wrong. I don't think it's going to be great. I think he's just like any other politician. He's full of shit, coming up to his ears. Fuck, I think it surpassed his ears and his neck grew. I think that man was purely full of shit. And I was right. He did a lot of bad shit. And no, it's not because of the color of his skin that I didn't vote for him. I saw through his shit. Shit, I had black people in my church coming up to me telling me how regretful they were of voting for him. So if you mark me as racist, you got to mark them as racist too, because they were black. And they were telling me that. They were
Right.
disappointed. And this Nobel so-called bullshit peace prize he got, it was an attendance award, and that's just like going to a fucking baseball team and your baseball team losing and somebody giving you an award for appearing up at the damn game. That's bullshit. Can piss on his Nobel Peace Prize that he got. That's an attendance. It was nothing more, and people make a big deal out of it. It was no big deal. It was a shut you up fucking award, is what he got. And I don't think he should have gotten that. I still say, and I say to this day, if I ever meet that fucker in life, I owe him a punch in the nose. Woohoo! Did you get that rescue rabbit?
I did.
Yeah, so I don't think very highly of Obama at all. I think we got 8 years of pure shit. I thought after the first 4 years, people would have woken up and saw the disaster that was going on and vote differently from that election. But it really surprised me that he made it a second term. But I thought it was funny because come the second term, my wife didn't vote him the second time. And I'm not one to hold my wife back to tell her, hey, look, you can't do anything that you don't. She had her own mind. She made up her own whole ordeal. And when she went and elected for him, of course, I voiced my opinion. She voiced her opinion. And she didn't think he did any great things. Huh?
I tell you who else is a jackass? Biden.
Who?
Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah, Sleepy Joe.
He can't even say a proper sentence without stuttering or forgetting what he said.
Well, he's got people around him that's going to be calling the shots. If he gets elected into office, he ain't got no control of shit. The only reason why they can't push Donald Trump around is because Donald Trump didn't take handouts. He paid for everything out of his own damn pocket. So there was no pork on his end.
Yep.
And I have a great deal of respect for that man, just for that in itself. I mean, I started seeing things go a little bit south, but then when I did my research to determine that the things that I thought were going south weren't going south, it was just being held up by a shitload of Democrats that are in power. And that's another thing we need to do. We need to push back and get them assholes out of power because It's obvious they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Look at these Democratic states; they have no control of shit. They're letting the shit that's happening happen.
You know who's a prime example of that shit?
I know a few, but yeah, tell me.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, that's another one. Yeah, I can't believe it. Our country was never set up for a woman to be a president of it in the first place, and I don't know how the hell that shit got in the docket to say that Hillary Clinton could run for presidency. So what is that gonna? What's that gonna make her husband the first bitch? I'm sorry. That's like going over to England and saying, "Hey, England, you now must appoint a queen in the king's position and the king in the queen's position." Ain't happening. Same concept here. I mean, everybody who's everybody knows that when Bill Clinton was in office, Hillary called a lot of the shots, and people were accepting of it because that was her position, taking a position like a queen. And that's cool. Everybody was on board with it. But now you want to reverse the script and make her a fucking king when she's only supposed to be in a position of a queen. That was just ludicrous. I don't know how the hell that shit would have flown, but it wouldn't have been good.
Right.
And given in the circumstances, Hillary and Bill have less who they're living a presidents that's kind of something that's reversal of the way our economy is and the way that our lives are, because I want you guys to think back of this whole ordeal. And I know that there had to have been reasons behind them not being divorced and shit. Because let me tell you something. How many wives do you know that would stand up there and say it's okay for their old man to cheat? There's not very many women that are going to put up with that shit. They're quick to drop the gauntlet to excommunicate them out of their lives, which to me, I think it's ludicrous too. I think people are entitled to make mistakes from time to time. But this wasn't a mistake that was made once in a blue moon. This was a mistake that had been going on for years. And Hillary was just okay with it. She never divorced the man for the infidelity that he does, but there's got to be a reason behind it. Okay. Hillary might be one of them flower eyed guy kind of girls, she may be going both ways and must have been accepting toward Bill's behavior. But more or less, when the shit was breaking out in the media, to me, I don't care. I don't care who our president is dunking. Okay, that's their own private life kind of ordeal, and that's the thing I didn't care to hear about. He's getting his sausage, he's getting his carrot polished by a fucking intern and shit, and not just one intern, but two interns, and girls from other countries and shit. He's been getting his carrot polished there, but who cares? Hillary may not have been giving out that poontang. Okay, she may have cut him off. Okay, but you know what? That's their business. That's now they're lovey-dovey and they're still husband and wife. So you can learn a good thing from that. Sometimes a husband will make a mistake. Sometimes a wife will make a mistake. Shit happens. Doesn't mean that you got to flush your marriage down the tubes. Maybe not. May say that you got some shit to work out. That's for damn sure. You don't make the effort of working it out, then that's nobody's fault but your own when you got to walk the other way. But do know this, you don't kill your spouse. You walk away from them. Go find something better.
Right.
Right?
That's something.
Yeah, it is something. And if you really look at it now, where's your ethics and shit like that when it comes to her trying to run for a presidency of the United States? I'm sorry, I think there's something malice behind that shit. I wasn't getting behind it at all.
Well, they were crooks together for multi-million-dollar illegal deals.
Yeah, that's true.
So that alone could get either one of them whacked.
I think Hillary's got something on Bill, and I think Bill's got something on Hillary, and that's what keeps their clique, and they're keeping going. Neither one can afford to fuck the other over.
They'll both go down together anyway.
Yeah.
The bottom.
Wanda, my baby, what's up? Oh, not Gregory. Not Gregory made it to the room.
Yeah, I'm not able to see chat today, my man, because I'm at work.
Yeah. But yeah, all different kinds of shit's popped off in this country that we need to fix. And it's going to have to be up to the the Republicans to fix it. Because we can't rely on these little fucking whining little babies to run our country anymore.
Never can make them happy.
No. So, here, I'll stick Mr. Link up here. Da-da-da-da. Comment. In case if anybody else wants to come up on panel and weigh in on the situation, they can. Man, I'm surprised. I only got 5 people in here. And that's okay. This 5 can turn into 10, it can turn into 20, it can turn into 30. You just never know. Well, at least it's nice that everything's calmed down out there and people aren't trying to burn down the apartment no more.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what did I do? Oh.
So if you're in California, I'm here on the East Coast, so it's probably, what time is it for you? 2:33?
Don't know. Here, hold on.
Yeah.
It is? Yeah, let's see here. It is 2:33.
Yep. It's almost 6 over here.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, we're coming together. I mean, I'm still getting more subscribers on a regular basis, which is good. So
Yep.
the channel is growing. Yeah. My Serena made me a good sign there for breakfast with Bulldog. I think it's awesome.
What sign was that?
As you come in, when you go to click on the room, I put it on that, and I also put it in here in the banner in the background.
Oh shit! I didn't know she made that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. She's a sweetheart. I was hoping Doug would have came in. You know, but Doug hasn't made it on yet. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Oh, is my thing at 100% again? It must be. No, 86%. That's okay. Uh, okay. So what's not Gregory up to today? And Wanda. Hey Wanda, you want to come up for a bit? You feel up to it? Yeah, nowadays I don't even think I'd want to step in. I don't know about wanting to do that shit. As long as Democrats are in the House and shit like that, I don't foresee wanting to even want to try to get into law enforcement. I don't think law enforcement would be. Then again, I'm too old anyway. And there's that. I don't have 20/20 eyesight. I thought that shit's funny. I mean, they could have posted me. They could have had me in some other form of division or something. They could have put me to work one way or another. But to say I couldn't be in law enforcement at all because of my eyesight, that's just discriminatory.
What, they told you that?
Yeah, I don't have 20/20 eyesight. So according to them, I wouldn't, I mean, I'm surprised I went through the academy when I did anyway, and they were accepting of it. But when it came to the tail end of it, of making me a full-fledged officer, they couldn't do it. Well, I think one of the reasons was because I didn't have 4 years in boot camp with the military. They were trying to implement that shit and get behind it out there in Nevada to become a Metro police officer. I think it was just more excuses. It's no big deal. It was here nor there. And I suppose if I really wanted to have carried out with a career with that, I could have went to another state and been okay. But I was naive into thinking that that would be like that all throughout the country. So kind of my bad for not researching it. Then again, back then there was no computers or any other way of researching it other than by mail, snail mail at that.
Yeah, with that occupation, though, they're looking survival of the fittest. They want the best qualified
Yeah,
on there, and the selected people that they pick from, or the group. They pick the ones that they think are going to be the best qualified for the job.
yeah. To me, I would have made a good police officer. I kind of think.
Right. Well, most people, they stop in an associate and a bachelor's degree. That's why I'm trying to get my master's. In case if I want to go in that field, then I will be in the higher up mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But no thanks to people like Obama, if I wanted to like stop what I'm doing and go into law enforcement of any branch or anything like that, it wouldn't be a probable thing for me. Why? Because they would look at the efficiency of my hire, what it would be beneficial, uh, and they take the way of life kind of thing. It's bullshit. You're a body, you're there. If you're needed, you should be granted to go into it. They look at your costs and what it would be like 10, 15, 20 years down the line. And if you're someone that's only got a few years worth in you to do what you're doing, they just think it's a waste. I think that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
If you're capable of doing it during the time of your hire, it's what they should actually take into consideration. Let you go as long as you can handle your job,
I agree
regardless
with,
of how old you are. You agree?
yeah. If you're efficient enough at your job, like you said, your body, then you should be able to do that no problem.
Sleep, what? Mm. Oh, wow. This your first Sunday off? My goodness. Don't worry, I was tired yesterday. I got lots of sleep. So I am good to go. See anybody backstage? Nope, nobody backstage. Uh-oh. Something happened here. What happened? Oh, there we go. That's all good. Boy, my screen is touchy. Uh-oh. That's okay. He'll be right back, guys. Hmm. Hmm. So what you up to, Wanda? What you doing today? Did you go to the gym? Do your regular exercise? Oh, no, you're home. Okay. Well, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday like we are. We're just sitting here chilling. Uh-oh. He must have got bumped off. Uh-oh. Well, his internet's kind of a little touchy there. It's pretty good. It's pretty warm out today. Wait a minute. Shit, I wish I had Sunday off. I got to work until 2 a.m. Yeah, you got a long shift ahead of you, brother. Man, I'm kind of too old to take shifts like that anymore. Still not backstage. Okay. Oh, there you are. Okay. There we go.
Oh,
The internet kind of went boop on you, didn't it?
yeah, it sent me to the land to disconnect.
It loves you.
Oh, yeah.
God, it's like the internet and the cell phone service. It is getting better and better and better, because I remember when I first moved into this apartment complex, dude, I was always getting 1 to 2 bars, and the internet was really crappy. It was touch and go.
Right.
But it's gotten so much better. It doesn't matter where I am in my apartment complex anymore. I got great service. One place that was like a dead zone for me was in my laundry room. You know, anytime I'd go in my laundry room, the internet would splutter out and then boom, die.
Well, you figure with this being a police department, they'd have better internet.
Well, they do have better internet. The thing of it is their network wants to put its range to bare minimum, so that way people can't sit across the street and try and figure out their passwords and shit to get into their network.
Yeah.
So you gotta take the good with the bad. Yeah, gotta take the good with the bad. So, if you figured out about that group that I was talking about, I don't know if you've ever dug in to find out what type of group they are or not, and if they would actually be an okay group. To me, I'm kind of weary of it, because I'm hearing nothing but pure negativity coming from.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to talk to you after stream about it. I'm not too sure, like what's popping off.
Or there's nothing really popping off. It's just I don't know. I came across this shit accidentally, stumbled upon it, and well, I'll talk to you about it. You know. But if my little senses is going off right, I certainly would like to be right about it. But hey, the Witcher's here. Everything going good, Witcher? Yeah, because if there's any truth to any of what I've come across with them, this is the kind of group that they can squash me like a bug because I'm only a small community.
Yeah.
A growing community, more or less, though, which is good. And they don't like seeing anybody becoming anything big. You're a. Oh no! I said, how you doing? How you doing? Getting ready for my move. Oh, you're moving, huh? Cool. Oh, well, that's cool.
I'm surprised how fast the stitches are healing up.
Do what now?
I'm surprised how fast these stitches are healing up.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Well, hopefully it'll heal quick and everything will be good. Just don't overexhaust yourself.
I hear you.
You got any kind of major help or major deal going on? Get someone to help you with it for a little while here until you get back to being 100%. So.
Right.
It's nice of them to want to help you make up your hours that you missed, but you know.
Yeah, I try to use track tech minimal as possible because I can't. That app is. Feels like everybody I talk to has a problem with track tech.
Oh wow. I mean, there's a lot of good features to it as long as it's functioning right. If it's functioning right, it's a great tool. I like its ability of being able to do your logs and do incident reports and stuff like that all separately. And even though I do like the GPS checkpoints, I'm not really too fond of it because shit can happen with it. I'd much rather do the disc scan checkpoints.
Yeah, those aren't too bad.
No.
Well, I'm gonna get off here, man, and then I'm gonna add you on Twitter.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Alrighty.
Talking to you.
I'll catch you later, bro.
All right, man.
Uh, um. Hetfield. Recording films. Next weekend be horror movies. Oh, yeah, it does sound good. All right, guys. Well, I suppose I should button this up. It's getting to be really warm out here. Let's see. How many people we have in here now, anyway? Oh, we got 6 people. We grew one. And it was Witcher, the last person that came in. All right. Giggity. Well, anyways, guys, I have been going for quite a while here. Holy shit. I'm pressing 4 hours. My Lord. What a nice long stream. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it a wrap. I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, yeah. I always will. See me tomorrow? Hell yeah. You know it. Breakfast with Bulldog. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad you came by and paid attention to me, and I think you all are awesome. So I will see you on the next one.